Good morning 3A6. This is the third part of my series in coordinate geometry. It's about equation of a line and the problems that are involved with it. So this is actually a more targeted video because by the end of this video, I want to show you how to find the equation of a line given 2 points on the line. Okay, so this is what I want you to do, but now let's look at a more specific example. Okay, so this is how questions would look like. A typical question in the exam would give you 2 points. In this case, the points are 2, 2, and 3, 8, and you're supposed to produce the equation of the line. So you actually need to find a few things first. Actually, just 2 things. Okay, so I'm going to write them down. Here's the first part. Okay, you actually need to divide this problem into 2 parts. Okay, part 1 is this. Find the gradient. Okay, and this is the first thing you do, and then after that we'll go on to the second part. But I trust that you actually know how to find the gradient of 2 points. Okay, so these are the 2 points. How do I find the gradient of these 2 points? Let's do some quick calculation. By now, I think you know that the gradient actually can be represented by the letter m. Okay, m is what we usually use for gradient. So let's get down to it. Again, formula. Y1 minus Y2 over X1 minus X2. Okay, so after I quote the formula, how does my substitution look like? Okay, let's just leave it here so we can see the numbers. Okay, okay, so this is Y coordinates are 8 and 2. Maybe let's just take this as Y as the 0.1. Okay, let's just say this thing is 0.1 and this whole thing is 0.2. Okay, so Y1 is 8. Y2 is 2. Okay, and X1 is 3 and X2 actually is 2. Okay, so if you do this, then what do you get? Okay, you find 8 minus 2 is 6, 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay, so the gradient of the line is actually 6. Okay, so we found the gradient. The gradient is 6 as shown by our calculations. So now I can write the incomplete equation of a line. Okay, why do I say incomplete? Okay, let's go back and revise the general form first. The general form of the equation of a line is y equals to mx plus c. Okay, this is the general this is the general form. It's only considered complete if you've got both the m and the c. Okay, but since this is part 1, I've just found the m. So let me write down the incomplete equation of a line first. Okay, so the incomplete equation of the line is, now that I found 6, is y equals to 6x plus c. Okay, and of course I'm not done yet because we still don't know what c is. Okay, so here's the second part. Okay, but I hope you understand. First part is find the gradient, write out the incomplete equation of the line. Okay, so I've done all that from what they have given me. Okay, so let's just take a overview. Okay, what we've done so far. Okay. Alright, so now I want to get the complete equation, so that means finding C. But how exactly to find C? I've got actually 2 different options. Okay, remember in the previous part 2, you can actually substitute the x coordinate and y coordinate of a point inside the equation. So I'm going to do that, and like I said, I've got 2 choices because I can either use 2, 2 or 3, 8, but they will give you the exact same answer no matter what you use. Okay, so let's just try 3, 8. So I'm going to substitute okay, I'm going to substitute this point, this point inside the equation below. Okay, so 3 is the x coordinate, x will be substituted by 3, and y will be substituted by 8. So let's see how this looks like. Okay, so okay, y gets substituted by, let's use this, y gets substituted by 8. Okay, and x gets substituted by 3. Alright, so okay, so now this is actually a linear equation. Let's try and solve this. 8 equals to 18 plus C. Can you figure out what C is? Okay, C is actually 10. So this is actually a very common mistake students make. Okay, when they're asked to, maybe remember what did the question ask you to do? The question asks you to find the equation of the line. That's our ultimate goal, finding the equation of a line. So if you find M and you find C, and somehow if you happen to leave this as your final answer, unfortunately you will be marked wrong. You won't get the answer mark. Why? Okay, so now let's recap. I now know two things. I know that the y-intercept C is 10, and for my previous calculations I actually knew that M, okay, is a 6. So here is the final answer. I'm going to write it in a blue color. What is the equation of the line that had those 2 points on it? It's y equals to 6x plus 10. Okay, and this will be my final answer. So let me give a recap on how did I get here. Okay, first, whenever they give you 2 points and they want you to find the whole equation, part 1 is finding the gradient. Okay, so after you've discovered the gradient, which was about here, okay, and then part 2 is actually finding C. Okay, so this part here was part 2. Okay, where in order to find C, you substituted any one of these points inside, and after you found C, okay, maybe you can call it the third part, is that you just have to rewrite the equation of a line such that you know what number M is and you know what number C is. Okay, so that's all for now. See you.